When our children go to school...
Good morning. Oh, you're tired. I understand. Good morning.
We hope they return home a bit wiser.
Go have a good day, okay? Go straight to class.
Orange Hut Elementary in Springfield, Virginia is unique in the Washington region.
We're the only German immersion program in the district, Maryland and Virginia.
Principal Jason Pensler will tell you, a recent lesson, months in the making, brought language and history together in ways no one imagined.
It truly is a remarkable story. I just can't believe that we had the opportunity to be a part of it.
Ich bin so froh, dass ich wieder da bin. I'm so glad to be with you guys again. I've missed you the whole 10 days.
Teacher Karen Howe employed her deep roots.
It's been a whirlwind. Ich bin so froh, dass ich wieder da bin.
To impact her students in a profound and unexpected way.
My mother was the public affairs officer for the Kaserne in my town of Ulm, Germany, for 15 years.
Howe's mother grew up in Ulm, Germany, a city considered a Nazi fortress during World War II.
And they were very, very ideologically compromised by the propaganda machine of the Third Reich.
Allied bombing raids destroyed 80% of the city, killed more than 1,000 people, and left 25,000 homeless.
70 years ago, everything around the Münster was flattened.
American GIs liberated Ulm in April of 1945, ushering in an era of uncertainty and eventually democracy.
Ist der einzige Überlebende von der 324th Infantry Regiment, that's the tanks.
A few months ago, this teacher from Virginia went on a nationwide search to see if any of those brave soldiers from the 324th were still alive.
There were 3 that had marched into my hometown. 2 of them were in the hospital during that very moment. There was only 1 individual that is here today, that was there then, and would remember and might be willing to come.
She found Myron Roker in Glenwood, Iowa. The once young, bespectacled private, now 91, still fits into his uniform. Roker came home from the war with a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star for bravery, and a heavy heart for what the war did to Ulm.
It was a mixed feeling, joy that the war, I could tell the war was about over, but I had sadness in my heart because of the people that might have been in those buildings and did not evacuate and lost their lives.
Hal arranged for Roker and his wife to fly to Germany to participate in April festivities celebrating Ulm's 70 years of democracy. He was embraced by Germans at every turn and interviewed by multiple media outlets.
They did a whole front-page article about what he did.
And this educator brought her students along for a cross-generational, cross-cultural lesson.
Have you ever been in bunkers when a bomb came? How did you feel when the sirens came and those bombs were dropping?
They wrote questions to elderly residents now living in Ulm who were children during the horrors of the Second World War.
Every night you go to bed wondering, are you actually going to wake up the next morning? What's going to happen to me? Because you never know.
Not only did Hal deliver those questions, she videotaped for us the most emotional answers.
What was going through your mind, and how did you feel when you first saw an American soldier?
We were very surprised first as they came and how they came. It was very new to us to see so many vehicles and tanks, hundreds of them.
Gerhard Föhringer is Hal's uncle. She says he lived in fear after being told the Americans would shoot everyone when they arrived.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Don't worry, don't worry. They repeated that at least 5 or 6 times because my mom said, what do they want here? Oh, here come the Americans. You go out because you can speak English. And they kept saying, don't worry.
During their trip across the Atlantic, these 2 newfound friends hatched another plan for Hal's students.
They have no idea that this is happening. They are truly going to be flabbergasted. The students shared that they would be amazed if they got to meet you.
Roker took a detour en route home. He stopped off at Orange Hut Elementary to thank the students for thank you notes they wrote to him for serving the nation so long ago.
They were still telling them. This is extraordinary.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
We did not go to Iowa because when he read your letters, and he saw your questions, even on the airplane to Germany. He said, Karen, come over here. And he said, can we go to Washington before I go home? Because I want to talk to these children that have written those letters.
Roker then went room to room answering questions.
Now, this girl had the first question back there.
Recounting bygone stories with the children who shared in his latest journey.
We couldn't even hardly stick our head out of the foxhole to shoot back for fear of getting it blowed off.
Myron Roker is the last man alive in his squadron. He still insists upon walking humbly in the footsteps of comrades who did not make it home.
The ones that we lost, those are the real heroes. I'm no hero.
And he's grateful that he can be to this younger generation a witness to time.
It humbles me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's amazing. Someone like who's been through all this, and yet he stays good-hearted.
It was priceless, the experience that they had.
Well, I'm glad I could still be able to do it.
Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.